Hi, welcome to the Coaching Game. I'm Laurie Lawson, and I am so thrilled. My guest tonight is Precious Williams. Now, Precious was on in 2016, and I'll have to tell you now, I have to confess, the only reason I asked you on wasn't I didn't really care what you were doing. You were doing some cool things.
Right.
Her attitude. It was like, oh my God, I got to have this woman on my show. And I've been talking, and it's back. I don't think it ever went anywhere.
It did.
But she was, at that time, she was doing we'll say wardrobe thing.
Yeah.
And you know, which I was definitely interested in. But now she's back as you can see on the bottom, KillerPitchMaster. So we want to know where you've been, what you've been doing, and what the heck is a KillerPitchMaster?
Oh wow! So I'm so glad to be back. So the last time I was here, I was just getting ready to appear on Shark Tank for my company, Curvy Girls Lingerie.
I told you, she's always doing something.
Always. And so I killed it on Shark Tank.
Yeah.
Robert Herjavec said to me, "You're a master salesman. Like,
Oh
how
my
did you know how to?" And I was like, "I came prepared. I'm a 13-time national elevator pitch champion. There's not too many questions y'all can ask me I don't know the answer to." And when Mark Cuban said, "You go, girl," I wanted to be like, "Cut? Can we cut? Can we cut?
Can we have this?
Can we have this moment forever?"
Yeah.
And so, what I learned, and the reason why I'm called the Killer Pitch Master is not only because I'm a 13-time champion, but because if you've ever seen me in competition mode, you will see I slay all competition. It doesn't matter if
Are there competitions where
yes,
people, oh my
yes.
gosh, I
So
didn't even
out of
know.
14 competitions, I'm a 13-time champion.
That ain't
So
bad.
I've won the Black Enterprise Elevator Pitch Competition, which was in Columbus, Ohio in 2013. So I won between 2011 and 2013. And what I did after that, and I didn't say this in addition to Curvy Girls Lingerie, was I started Perfect Pitches by Precious because I wanted to teach women entrepreneurs especially how to really pitch their businesses so that media is interested. Investors are interested. And what should you be saying at a networking event that gets people to really want to work with you or at least have a conversation or a one-on-one with you?
You know what? You were always doing that because I met you, or I found you. We didn't really meet at that point. I found you at a conference for women and how to get your business started. And she stood up and went blah, blah, blah. And I went, oh my God, who is this woman? I got to meet her and find out what she's doing. So you were always doing that, even
I was
before
always
you became
doing that.
an official master pitchman.
Yes. It's okay. You're going to get it.
It's
Killer
okay,
Pitch
Killer
Match.
Pitchmaster. Even before you became that, you were already a killer pitch master just by standing up and saying, this is, and she was promoting her business then, and it was like, oh my gosh, that's so great. So, what made you say, you know what, I'm going to be a pitch master?
You know what? When so many people ask you over and over again, teach me how to do what you did. I want to win competitions, or I want media to be interested in me like that. I want this. In fact, let me tell you a story. The only reason I was on MSNBC's Your Business with J.J. Ramberg back in the day, I literally had no money in my bank account. I had no money for business cards. I had nothing. I went to the Small Business Awards ceremony. I think it was by Cranes. And I knew the CNBC was going to be in the room and MSNBC was going to be in the room. And I had my come to Jesus moment with God in the bathroom, and he said, MSNBC. I walked up to the producers at MSNBC. I never knew what an elevator pitch was, but I knew this was my moment. So they asked me who I was. I said, "Hi, I'm Precious Williams. So glad that you asked me. I am the CEO of Curvy Girls Lingerie. We're the ultimate shopping experience. Full figure divas and plus size fashionistas."
That was what she did at the thing I was at.
When I tell you, they laughed. They're like, "Yo, that you never heard anybody do something like that." They said, "You'd be good for the show Elevator Pitch." Really? I would love to be on that show. So then they brought me over.
Give me bus fare? No.
Right. So then brought me, and it was at Rockefeller Center.
Okay.
And so J.J. Ramberg, who was the host, was coming to talk to me, but then she got called to be on stage, and then her booking producer came up to me, tall, elegant black woman. She says, "Oh, I've heard of you, Precious Williams." I knew she hadn't, but I knew this was code for between two sisters. "You better bring it right now." She said, "What's your elevator pitch?" Had no idea, but lips don't fail me now. She said, and she stopped me halfway through. She said, "You can be on the show." And she says, "Can I have your business card?" I'm a pitch master. I said, "I've been here all night. I ran out of cards." And I said, "May I have yours?" She gave me her card. I don't know how I got home because I didn't have money to get home. And I emailed her, and she called me. She's like, I don't see your website. I said, we're going through a rebranding process right now. Pitchmaster. Always ready. And so when she called me to be on before Valentine's Day for Curvy Girls, we had everything. And so when they came to pick me up in a Cadillac Escalade, the car service driver, he said, "Who are you?" I said, "I'm a celebrity overnight."
overnighter, baby.
Overnight. But really, the ability to pitch yourself at all times is something that I see that a lot of entrepreneurs and speakers do not know how to do. They may be gifted as speakers, gifted as entrepreneurs, but how do you really promote yourself in such a way that people would want to be interested in you? This morning, 6:20 in the morning, I got a message from Facebook. A woman said, "Can I speak to you at 9 a.m.?" I don't remember this woman from anywhere. Do you know at 9 a.m.? She's like, "I'd like to have you speak at our conference. It's going to be in Savannah, Georgia, August 2020. She said, "What's your fee? I'll have that for you." And I said, "How in the world?"
Did you find me at 7 o'clock in the morning?
She said, "You're the pitchmaster." She said, "I follow you on LinkedIn." She said, "I just finally got up the courage to contact you."
Oh my God.
And I said to myself, if I wasn't consistent in being the pitchmaster, and if I wasn't constantly promoting what I do, what my clients do, working with corporations, companies, colleges, and universities, helping young people, how do you pitch yourself in job interviews?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, before they can even pitch, they have no idea what to say just meeting someone. And so what I also learned how to do, because I'm an international professional speaker, is create products for people who want to start their speaking career and also want to get paid speaking engagements. So yeah. So when I say Perfect Pitches by Precious, is the art and the science of communication.
All right, now let me ask you something. Not everybody has this personality that you
No,
have.
not everybody has it, and that's fine.
There's a lot of introverts out there, you know
Yes,
what I mean?
yes.
So, can you teach someone to be that vivacious, or can you or do you go with authenticity?
I go with authenticity and transparency. And one of the things I've learned about introverts is you can be the quiet storm. Because while you have someone like me that's just all over the place, just imagine if there's a person that walks in quietly, all eyes are on them. Because you can't take your eyes off the quiet person. Me, I'm all over the place, and I will dazzle you, my confidence. But learning how to harness what their strengths are is what I work on. I don't work on your weaknesses. I just don't. We don't have time. We don't have time. No. What I want to do is work on your authenticity and your transparency and really showcasing the best of who you are. And once we figure out what that is and really, work with that, people just come out of their shells because they're finally in their zone of genius.
Wow.
You're able to finally attract the ideal customers, clients, investors, and media that you want. When I started, did I know that media would be interested in me? No. And I've always had this personality. I had no idea until when I was on Shark Tank. You're dealing with sharks, and they've heard every pitch under the sun. But they had never seen a curvy girl with a low-cut, canary yellow peplum dress with a big old afro and extreme makeup. And when I walked in there, I thought I was Beyonce. You couldn't tell me nothing. And then when my plus-size models came in afterwards, that is something that I'm going to keep in my memory forever, because no one forgets the Killer Pitchmaster and how laid out the sharks. I was ready for that moment. I was ready, and I've been preparing because so many people had asked me, "Well, you haven't been on Shark Tank." So, don't worry, they're gonna come for me. And when they came, it was awesome.
Wow. So it's like, do you prepare for the moment, or you're just ready at the drop of a hat? Obviously, if someone calls you at 6 in the morning.
Listen. There was a speaking coach. Her name is Cheryl Wood. She's also international speaking coach and everything like that. She always says, "Be ready so you don't have to get ready."
Oh,
and I've always loved that.
Yeah.
And so 6:20 in the morning doesn't mean anything to me. 9 o'clock, I'm ready. 6:20 in the morning, I would have been ready.
Now
I mean?
can see the benefit of you working one-on-one with somebody. But you're talking to groups of people now.
I do. I train sales teams at Microsoft. I've trained sales teams at eBay. I'm working with NBC Universal with their veterans initiatives, and hopefully their ERGs are going to get together and have me come in to train the actual employees on the art of pitching and public speaking. And so when people hear of me, they just keep pushing me forward to new organizations and things that the people need me. And it also helps that when you're networking, be careful of who you network with. Be careful that you're not in just
Never heard that before.
No.
Get it out there throw it out there.
No. And what I mean by that is if you're just going to all of these $20 networking events, I find those to not be beneficial. I figure if you go to one or two a week, one or two every couple of weeks, get really good in one or two and really blossom there instead of just doing the scatterbrain trying to meet everyone. Listen, if your ideal clients aren't in the room, why are you there?
Exactly.
If they're not there, why are you there? It's not just to meet people. So I'm a member of the Dynamite Networking Group and also Master Networks. And through those two organizations, they have actually put me on platforms where I've been speaking in Westchester. I've been speaking here and there. And I'm really training people who would only have heard about me if I hadn't gotten so good in those particular networking groups.
Wow. There's also, and speaking of sharks, there's also a theory, red shark, blue shark. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
It's like, okay, well, if you're a shark and you're hungry, don't go to the red water because there's already sharks there.
Right.
Go to the blue water. So
Right.
it's like, instead of going to a convention for pitchmasters, go to a dentist convention.
It works.
Exactly. You're going to
works.
stand out, even if you're not precious.
Right.
You're going to stand out, and you're going to be the only person there. People are going to know what's a pitchmaster. So
that makes
shark,
so
shark.
much sense. And I never thought of it red shark, blue shark, but that's what I'm saying. You need to be in situations where there are not a lot of you there.
Yeah.
You stand out and what I've learned at conferences is ask questions, stand out. Like at every conference I've ever been at, everyone knows my name by the time it's over. Precious. Thank you.
I'm
Thank
quite
you.
sure that
Thank
you
you.
did. I left, and that conference had maybe 75, 100 people, and I said I got to get in touch with her. So, if you had to tell, what are some of the secrets? You don't have to give away your business, but what are some of the secrets that people can do just right off the bat without having you as a coach?
Number one, you have to master your story. So whatever story that is, whether it's how you started, how you got involved in whatever business that you're in, your service, your product, your book, your brand, or your business, what is special about you, and how can you put that in a story? Now, when I started Curvy Girls Lingerie, I was dating that famous Hollywood actor.
She never told me who, but yes, I know.
And he's now deceased. But when I tell you, being a 327-pound woman, not being able to find sexy, stylish, and fashion-forward lingerie, going to Macy's, Victoria's Secret, all of those places, and them not having anything for me, there were so many women who could identify with that. Yeah. So it can't just be any story. It has to be a relatable story, and it has to be a story you've mastered. So it doesn't matter where you are, people will be able to identify with it. With Perfect Pitches by Precious, once you see me on stage, it's really not a game. And I really tell people, do you want to be a bad bitch with a power pitch? You know, check me out at Perfect Pitches by Precious. And not only that, you have to be bold and unexpected. So many of us, when we're giving our pitches, hi, my name is such and such, this is what I do, that is so boring. And I tell you, most people, they just zone out. If you said, I was at the Westchester Networking for Professionals Lunch and Learn where I was teaching, and this man named Paulo, who is an attorney, he stood up and he said he was a firefighter. Now, did he look like a firefighter? No. But what he was is he handled insurance, and so he put out family fires.
Oh,
do you know how that stood out to me?
How clever.
I had to say, I said, Paulo, hold on. Let me reflect on that real quick.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. And I said, that is what you do. You have to say something that's out of the ordinary that people aren't expecting, but people will remember you. So when it comes to insurance or it comes to legal things, he is a firefighter.
Yeah.
He is, and he can help me out of a really bad fire that I'm having with my family. And so even I learn when I do lunch and learns, when I do trainings, there's always someone who will ask a question that makes me ponder and get even better. So no matter what room I'm in, no matter what speaking engagements that I have, and I'm booked and busy for 2019 and into 2020, I really enjoy the art of teaching people how to perform killer pitches. And when I say killer pitches, I mean you want to slay all competition. There is never going to be another killer pitch master other than Precious Williams, no matter how good they are.
Okay, all right, because you're going to keep
slaying
up in the game
all day. And
you
you really, as a coach, and I consider myself a coach, a partner, a consultant, you have to keep getting better at your craft. This is not something that you go to school and that's it. You have to keep raising your game.
I think we're finding that with businesses, small businesses, larger. You got to keep ahead of the game, like Sears and all these places.
Kmart. I walked past Kmart yesterday at 34th, and I said, "Oh, it's still around."
I know. You got to keep ahead of the game, so you can't get comfortable. So that's one thing. You got to find. I would say, okay, one thing would be you got to find your killer statement about yourself.
You have to master your story. You have to be bold and unexpected. You have to begin with the end in mind. What is your end goal? And let's work backwards from there. For a lot of speakers, where would they really like to speak, and what can we do in the meantime to get them there? It's kind of what Steve Jobs said. You don't connect the dots forward, you connect them backwards.
Okay.
So you start looking, so you always want to begin with the end in mind. Where do you want to be? And let's work backwards from there, right? Celebrate the big wins, but also celebrate the small ones too. Because that will help you on those days when you're stressed out and you're thinking you can't do it anymore. Celebrate the small wins. In 2016, I almost lost my life. I was a severe alcoholic. I had gotten into it with my business partner, and I actually didn't think I would ever see a stage again. I never thought I would coach again. I never thought that anyone would know my name again. Mm-hmm. And as I was fading to black, I just remembered that was it. But when I woke up again, and I had the opportunity to realize that I hadn't fulfilled my purpose, my life really did change. And so my life wasn't about successes anymore. It was about really helping others. And I had to realize I grew up with two parents who really didn't want me. And that has been something that has scarred me for so long. And when I realized that God put me on this earth to be there for other people who feel unwanted, unloved, that they don't matter, they're not worthy, they can look to me and see, you know what, she's doing it. I can do it, and I do have internal worth, and I do have internal value. This personality was born out of so much pain and frustration, so much trauma, drama, and stress, that I love the life I live now. And it's not about Shark Tank, and it's not about, me filming movies in Milan, Italy. It's like, those are great things that I've done, but the person I am today is more important than any of the things that I've done. I'm truly here for my clients, and my clients would tell you, it's not just about teaching. I care. I care whether they're having a bad day. I care whether they're having a good day. I care if we don't need to have a coaching session, we just need to have a girl-to-girl session. I care.
That's nice, yeah.
And so they can see that the person I used to be is not who I am anymore. I lost a lot of weight. I lost a lot of physical and emotional weight. And that's why I can sit in front of you today and there's a different person and a different energy that I give off. And as the Killer Pitchmaster, I have taken that mantle. And I want people to know you're not just a motivational speaker. You're not just a coach. You're something so much more. And it's time to really grab onto what that is and put it out there in a major way.
I'm going to add something to celebrate your successes, but also celebrate your failures.
What?
Yes.
What? Yes.
I'm trying to live. I just read this new philosophy where experience is what you get when you don't get what you want.
Wow.
So failing, I don't know if I want to hang with somebody who has never failed. Because they're not They're going to be very oblivious to what is that? What are the downfalls? So celebrate everything.
You know what? You're absolutely right. When I lost everything, every dollar in my bank account, my clothes, my home, all of that, I was sitting there thinking, I don't see the point in living. That's when it got good. Because when you're at rock bottom, for real, all you can do is look up. And so everything that happens is such a bonus. You're like, it's happening. It's like really, really happening. And so celebrating the failures, I totally agree with that because it will make everything else so much sweeter.
Yeah,
and I don't know how to be around someone who all they've had is success. Like,
I don't want to be
we can't see eye to eye.
No, it's like, nah, we're
not
buddies. But
right,
it's okay,
right.
good for you.
Right.
Glad good life, glad you had it. But so who's your mentor? How did you? I mean, I know you're a mentor for many people. If you could have seen her Facebook page, I was like, whoa. But who is your mentor?
My mentor is Ty Goodwin Castens. She is a great coach. She is an excellent partner, and she believed in me when I was sitting in the Bowery Mission Women's Center, and I didn't have a dime to pay, and I couldn't do anything, and she still saw the value in me.
Wow.
And so she's been instrumental in me getting back on my feet, and that's why I said, coaching is worth it. I'm here to tell you. If you're paying for movie tickets and nice shoes, a coach is so much more valuable than that. I promise you, so much more valuable. Ty Goodwin Caskins, Coach Wendy Bailey, Coach Carmelita Nuttall out of the UK. And I've also been blessed with women who, I may not call them coaches, but they have been lifesavers.
Sure.
They've been lifesavers, but Ty Goodwin Castens, Carmelita Nuttall, and Coach Wendy Bailey. They've been instrumental in my life.
Well, I know that you're not totally prejudiced for women, and I'm sure if a man came along and said, "Help me," she would do it.
Of course.
But I love the fact that you are focusing on women.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the biggest challenges you find in that area? I mean,
with women?
I know what mine are, but yeah.
Women, I'm not perfect. I'm not skinny enough, tall enough, white enough, black enough, skinny enough. I need to look a certain way before I do it. And I'm like, no. I'm rereading again, Think and Grow Rich. And I don't care how many times you read that book, I swear to you, there's always a kernel in there that you're like, I didn't read that before. And having true desire, like I desire to be the best. I desire to have what I have. And when I talk to women and they allow all of these distractions to get in the way of them making money or having the type of clients that they want, we got to do away with all of that.
Hard.
Who
It's
are
inbred.
you?
It's so
inbred. Like, listen, I'm 225 pounds. When you say that out loud, people are like, oh my God, she must be a whale. I'm not. I'm 5'9", trying to get up to 6 feet, but it's not happening. What I want to say is, right. So what I want to say to, especially to women, start where you are. I call myself the female MacGyver of business. You give me 2 toothpicks, I'm Jimmy in a door, I'm going under a crack, I'm doing something to get through that door. And also, really pay attention to who you surround yourself with. If you surround yourself with negativity, you will be negative. If you surround yourself with positivity, and I don't mean positivity, oh my God, everything is great and rainbow. I mean positivity that you can do anything you set your mind to. And we live in a day and age where I don't have to have the physical office to be in my house coaching. I don't have to have all the things that we used to have to be able to do it. And always ask for more than you think you should. You'd be amazed at how much more you can get.
That's so valuable. That is so valuable. It's like, I don't want to offend it. Because we're I don't know what's wrong. Well, I do know what's wrong. We've been taught that way, but we don't want to offend anybody. We don't want to overstep our boundaries. Yeah, you do. You do.
You do. And you'll be amazed at how much more, you'll be amazed at how much more you get. And I didn't believe that until I started asking for more. And there wasn't a pushback. And I was like, what? I'm Black. I'm not supposed to ask for it. No, I'm going to ask. I'm going to ask. And you're doing it for other women who come behind you, too.
Yeah. All of that. Well, that's a good thing. Because when I started coaching, it was like, oh, now I got to ask people for money. And it's like, but if you don't, you're devaluing coaching. So I didn't do it for myself. I did it for somebody else. And then you get used to it. I want money. I want money. Yeah.
Right. Definitely.
But it takes a while.
It does take a while. And it's a process. And being told it over and over again, because sometimes that first 5 times you're hearing it, you're like, I don't believe that. I'll take my $20, and then you realize
that was lucky.
And then you're like, you could have asked for 100, and you could have asked for 5, you could have asked for 10,
you
could have asked for all of that. And then when you finally do it, you're like, oh my goodness, it's true.
And it's unfortunate, and I hate people who go, oh, I don't need money to validate me. But you know what? You do. I mean, it does validate that you think your service is worth this, and so does someone else. It's not. You're not depending on someone else to do that, but it certainly does.
Right.
It is a form of validation, along with all the other stuff that
definitely.
So.
And it puts you in a different category. So if someone can't afford you, they're not saying you're too. Even if you are too expensive for them, they can still recognize, you know what, you're worth it.
Yeah.
And when I get there, I'll call. I'm totally fine with that, because I'll still be here.
You know what I just thought about, because I just finished watching Tiffany Haddish, who's fantastic, and she's got a show on called They Ready. And she's she's crazy, but she's introducing all these comics, and every comic who comes up and does their thing on Netflix says, and Tiffany said, whoever makes it first, we're coming back and getting the other person. And you reminded me of that. It's like, oh my goodness, that you could keep going on, and you don't need to come back and get other people.
No,
but
you gotta come back. You gotta come back, especially for our young girls, because they're not being groomed properly. And if they keep just watching what's in the media and things like that, they have a skewed view of who they should be. I'm 40. There's still a skewed view of what 40 looks like.
Absolutely.
Let me tell you something. I don't hurt for male attention. I don't hurt for clients. I don't hurt for none of that.
40
But
ain't
in
got
my
nothing
mind,
to do about it,
but I really thought it's over. I've hit
at 40? Yeah.
And then, I was sitting with my friends, and they had made this nice spread for me for my birthday. Good, clean fun. And I said, it's not over. It's just begun.
Yeah.
Thank you for 40. Thank you.
40 can be fun.
40 is fun.
We only have about 2 minutes, and I know you got a lot of stuff going on. What's in the future for Miss Precious here?
Well, I have my book coming out. It's called Bad Bitches and Power Pitches for Women Entrepreneurs and Speakers Only. It debuts on October 28th. I will be speaking at the Inclusion by Design Conference at PricewaterhouseCoopers. It is for women ages 50 and older, and I'm the closing speaker, and my topic will be on age, your secret weapon. And so the book signing will be there. Also, I have an event on October 17th at The Luminary, and it's called Perfecting Your Pitch. And so you can get in contact. The way to contact me is at www.perfectpitchesbyprecious.com. You can also text our company at 646-592-5888 if you want to schedule a time to speak with me to see if I am the coach that you desire and you want to work with right now. You can schedule time on the actual website, and we can sit down and have a 15-minute conversation about where you want to go, where you want to be, and how I can get you there. Also, I'm on Instagram.com/perfectpitchesp, Twitter, twitter.com, perfectpitchp, and facebook.com, perfectpitchp. So you can contact me in a number of ways. I'm actually speaking at the Success Women's Conference in Biloxi, Mississippi, September 19th through the 21st. I'll be in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania at a tech conference, and I'll be in Nassau, Bahamas from September 26th through the 30th of September. And then in October, I'll be at Charlotte, North Carolina for the Heart of a Woman Conference from October 23rd to the 24th. I'm telling you, I'm booked and busy. It's crazy. So I am a professional speaker, international professional speaker. I am the Killer Pitchmaster, and I am a serial entrepreneur, and I'm so delighted to be here to have this wonderful conversation with you.
Well, she's not hiding, so you will find her. Go find her. She's out there somewhere.
LinkedIn, Precious Williams.
And you know what? It's been 3 years. I can't keep up with you. It's too much. So we got to make this more often.
We definitely have to do
annual
that.
Event or something.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Precious, for being on this show and sharing your wisdom and your experience and your failures and your successes and just lovely you. Thank you so much.
It's been worth it. Thank you.